Well, good morning, the amigos, and welcome back. Today is Thursday, June 24th, the day 3 on our school calendar. Will you please join me for our national anthem?
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, a true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And a thought provoking Zen saying to start out our quote: when you seek it, you cannot find it. Very interesting. Well, our reading kind of explains that. Sometimes the things that we want most in life are like fawns or baby deer in the forest. The harder we look for them, the more we crash around, and the more that they stay hidden. But if we sit very still, waiting quietly and patiently, the fawns may come to us. So leave yourself open for life's surprises. You may want what you want may come to you. So that explains a little bit more. When you seek it, you cannot find it. So be still, and what you want may come to you. And thriving one province at a time. At our stop, we've been on the west coast, and we're going in now, and also at the north, the Yukon Northwest Territories. In British Columbia, we started to think about advice that we would give to our younger selves. In the Yukon Territory, we thought about specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based goals. Yesterday, we were thinking about self-improvement. What are being open and willing to make some changes, and therefore doing some self-improvement. Well, today we're going to talk about mindset. And we talk about growth mindset all the time, about making sure that, hey, we can always improve, we can always grow, and we need that kind of a mindset. And we get back to a very familiar topic, gratitude, which is a great way to shift our mindsets. So practice gratitude, collect images of things you're grateful for, thank people, and keep a gratitude journal. Those are not things that we haven't heard before, but a great way to support and to change our mindset and to support good mental health, healthy schools, and healthy homes. And Earth Rangers, today we're going to look at ATK. And that's very interesting. I did not know that. I had never heard of it before. Aboriginal traditional knowledge, gathering information about histories, cultures, traditions, and values. And so today we're going to talk about channeling our inner ATK for the good of our culture and communities, but also for our environment.
Stories are amazing. They can take us on an adventure, make us laugh, and even bring us to tears. But beneath the wonder and awe of some stories, there are lessons that not only help guide us, but can be used to help animals too. Just look at the Spirit Fair. It's a rare animal that lives in the Great Bear Rainforest. And thanks to conservation efforts based on ATK, 85% of the forest it calls home is now protected from logging and development. What's ATK? It stands for Aboriginal Traditional Knowledge, and it's the passing down of history, culture, traditions, and values from one generation to the next. Through ATK, and by living so closely with nature, Aboriginal people have learned a lot about the land and the animals that call it home. They share this knowledge with the next generation through storytelling and art. Continue the tradition of storytelling with this mission by asking an older family member to tell you a story about an experience they had in nature, like a time they rescued an animal, learned a lesson, or discovered something new in the wild. Then, turn that story into an amazing animal masterpiece. Did you know that certain animals represent different things to different Aboriginal groups? It's your job to get creative and pick the one that best represents the story you heard. If you heard a story about someone rescuing an animal, you could draw an orca, which represents compassion, or a dog for helpfulness. Channel your inner artist to share the knowledge of an elder by accepting ATK in action.
And we are eagles. We soar to new heights, and we show empathy, acceptance, generosity, love, education, and support. And again, indulging in some lessons from Mr. Rinaldi Ross. Being humble, a very important part of not only being a leader, but also being a teacher, also being a student. Being a great human being is about being humble. And here's a short video on what humility is, and it's in the context of how to help your children learn humility, but it's got great lessons along the way. So I thought I would show it, even though it's more geared toward adults, but the learning is definitely geared towards us as well. So always remember, be humble.
As our kids face social pressures to constantly promote themselves and always in an ideal light, how can we help them develop a healthier sense of themselves and others? Here's what we know about humility. Humble people understand their strengths and accept their weaknesses. They're not arrogant or self-deprecating. They have stronger relationships. They are thoughtful of others and see them as having the same inherent worth as themselves. And they are more open-minded about new information. We can help our kids develop humility by spending time in the outdoors. When kids experience extraordinary beauty and vastness in nature, they also experience humility. We can show them what humility looks like with self-compassion and honesty, and talk to our children about areas we want to work on within ourselves. Humble people have teachable attitudes. We can teach a growth mindset to believe that what we know or what we're able to do can be developed, that talents aren't fixed, and that they can turn difficult tasks into learning opportunities. Kids with a strong sense of purpose tend to be more humble. Encouraging them to seek out mentors to reach their goals not only can help them develop humility, but it can also help them to make a mark on the world.
And Sadie sent in our first funny for today. What does a cat say when it really likes your schoolwork? Perfect. Thank you for sending that in, Sadie. Also, why are sports stadiums more in non-COVID times, but why are sports stadiums always so cool? Because they're filled with fans, and we're starting to fill our stadiums with fans again. Well, those are all of our announcements. Our thought for today: I'll let life surprise me. For our final Thursday of the school year, make it thrilling. We'll see you tomorrow.